Are you looking for the best workers' compensation in New York, or are you trying to find the lowest cost workers' compensation in New York? I'm going to explain how to get the lowest or the best premiums on workers' comp in New York coming right up. Hi, I'm Gordon Coyle. I'm going to jump into workers' compensation in just a minute. But before I do, can I ask you to do me a favor? Hit that thumbs up button, which will help others find this video and my channel. Thanks. Also, if I don't answer the question you're searching for, or if you need further explanation on this subject, give me a call or drop me an email. I love working with business owners on resolving insurance problems and issues and risk issues as well. My contact info is in the description box below, and of course, there's no charge for having a conversation. So you're probably looking for workers' compensation insurance here in New York, and you want to find out how you can get the best deal or pay the lowest rates. That's why you clicked on this video. So let's get into it. First, let me say that right now, more than any time in my career that I can remember, insurance companies are fighting over workers' compensation accounts. It is a highly competitive market, and for the best accounts out there, there are a lot of options when it comes to buying workers' compensation. With that said, I think it's important to tell you how workers' comp premiums are calculated in New York so you have a good idea of the starting point of this discussion. In New York, like most states, there are a set of rates which are published by the state in the Workers' Compensation Insurance Rating Board. In New York, the base rates published by this board are called loss cost rates. These loss cost rates are created by the board based on years of historical actuarial experience. Every class code has its own loss cost or base rate, and it changes every year, usually on October 1st based on each code's loss experience. Every insurance company uses these loss cost rates as the basis of your premium. The next component in your rate development is something called the loss cost multiplier, or LCM. The loss cost multiplier, as its name implies, is a multiplier factor, and it is multiplied against the loss cost rate to arrive at what we call the final rate for your class code. Where the loss cost base rates are created by New York State, the LCMs are created by each insurance company doing business in the state. Each insurer may have multiple LCMs filed with the state to give them rating flexibility when pricing out an account. Large insurers can have as many as a dozen or more LCMs, where small insurance companies may only have 2 or 3. In New York, LCMs across all insurers range from a low of 1.0 to a high of 1.74. The lower an LCM, the lower the final rate will be for a class code, which is going to result in the lowest premium. Now you're probably saying, all right, how do I get the lowest LCM so I can pay the lowest workers' comp premium? The answer isn't as simple as figuring out which insurance companies have the lowest LCMs. But I can tell you that insurers such as Travelers, Hartford, Chubb, Guard, Liberty Mutual, and Hanover are among the best insurers with the lowest LCMs, and I happen to represent them all. The biggest factor that determines how to get the lowest LCM is based on claims experience. And when it comes to workers' compensation, claims history drives much of the pricing calculation. Claims history will show up in your loss cost multiplier as well as your experience rating modifier. I did a video on that which you can see here, and it fully explains what the experience rating modifier is. Claims history is also going to show up in any potential scheduled debit or credit modifiers, and overall the eligibility for the most competitive insurance companies. It's important to keep in mind that for an insurance company underwriter to offer their most competitive pricing, the stars have to align just right to qualify. The underwriter's goal is to produce a price that's competitive and attract you as a customer, but also sufficient to cover the cost of potential claims that may happen and to make a profit. And this is true of all insurance company underwriting and pricing. In addition to claims history, there are other factors that determine your pricing and what LCM factor an underwriter will use, and they include how experienced is your management. Your premium must be sufficiently large to entice an underwriter to be the most competitive they can be. You also have to have a well-documented loss control program to prevent and minimize claims, and also your class codes will determine what LCMs you get. Companies that operate in hazardous industries such as carpentry or iron erection do not earn the credits as they would a low hazard operation such as a professional office. Another big factor in determining how well you do in the pricing equation is your broker's expertise and their negotiation skills. If your broker can't make a good case for why you deserve the most competitive premium from the marketplace, you're just not going to get it. And this is often overlooked in a lot of discussions. In my experience, the key to finding the best pricing in the market is to work with an experienced and expert broker who knows how to work the market and can negotiate on your behalf to tailor the best workers' comp program. This is not just fluff or bluster. There's an entire process that goes into obtaining successful outcomes, and it doesn't happen by chance. Unfortunately, too many insurance brokers in New York hope to throw submissions out to the marketplace like tossing chum off the back of a boat and hope to hook the lowest price or the biggest fish. It doesn't work that way. Here's the bottom line. If you're experiencing problems with your workers' compensation insurance program, and that could be claims, frequent injuries, serious accidents, or just plain complacency on the part of your broker, you're not going to achieve best-in-class pricing. I can help show you how to rehabilitate situations like that so you can move to better pricing models and work with you on gaining a competitive advantage. If claims aren't a problem, but you just feel like your broker isn't going to bat for you, then I can help there as well. As I mentioned earlier, the workers' compensation marketplace in New York is super competitive. Underwriters from a lot of insurance companies are looking for good accounts to write. So if you're looking to make a move, now may be a good time. I represent all the top markets and programs, so I know I can help you. My contact info is coming up, and there's a link to my calendar in the description box below where you can contact me and book a call directly. When we connect, I promise, no hardcore selling, just some dialogue to see if we can be a good help for you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button. Thanks.